Bible says Elijah was a man with nature like ours. And he prayed earnestly that it would not rain. And it did not rain on the land for 3 years. And so 3.5 years there's not been rain. They've forgotten what is the sound of a thunder. You've gone through this season of your life where you saw the miracle of God. And now for 3.5 years you've not seen anything. You're not able to recall the goodness of God. Today morning, I want to challenge you into a lifestyle where you start hearing what the natural man cannot hear. Because the Bible says things of the Spirit are foolishness to the natural man. The natural man is made up of logic, human wisdom, but the supernatural man is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above. In a nation that has not heard the voice of even a drizzle in 3.5 years, there is a man who is able to hear God's voice for that nation.
Now Elijah said to Ahab, "Go up and eat and drink, for there is a sound of the roar of a heavy shower." So Ahab went up to eat and drink. But Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he crouched down on the earth and put his face between his knees. He said to his servant, "Go up now, look toward the sea." So he went up and looked and said, "There's nothing." And he said, "Go back 7 times.
Can someone do that? Anyone who's flexible? Eston? What is Elijah doing? God's looking for this. You will still go to heaven if you don't do this. Do you know that? Your salvation is secure. I'm not talking about salvation today. I'm talking about having an impact. Do you want to have an impact on the business world? Do you want to have an impact in the hotel industry? Do you want to have an impact in your city where you're staying, where you want to see people getting saved? Do you want to have an impact in Manipal? You need to take this posture. You need to take this posture. Not always literally. Often literally, yes. You know, you're in the bus and you feel like praying. You just can't do this. You know, you'll be in trouble. But your life has to take this posture where your heart is always postured towards God in prayer. That I heard this voice, Lord. I released this voice in the physical. The servant thinks the master's gone crazy because he's seeing nothing. But you know what the master is doing? What I heard in the spirit, I will see in the physical.
Behold, a cloud as small as a man's hand is coming up from the sea. Go up and say to Ahab, "Prepare your chariot and go down, so that the heavy shower does not stop you."
Listen, he's still not seen a big cloud. He's only seen the cloud that is size of a small little palm. But he is hearing in the spirit what's going to happen in the physical. My friends, your encouragement comes from hearing God.
In a little while, the sky grew black with clouds and wind, and there was a heavy shower. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel.
In a place where 3.5 years, there's been no miracle. Nobody's experienced a financial miracle in that city. I'm trying to relate to your city. Am I speaking to you? 3.5 years, no one's got healed. You've never heard of a dead man being raised in India, right? You've never heard of a leper being healed in Manipal. And you've convinced yourself that it can never happen because it's never happened in your lifetime. But why don't you go into that hiding place and listen to the things of the Spirit and translate it into the physical? And how you translate it is on your knees. The problem is we go fight with God. You said it, why did you do it? God said, you gotta do it. Because as Jesus is, so are you on this earth. Don't keep begging God. You go do it. You got the same power. When you're on your knees, you're not begging. You're commanding. You're commanding. Elijah would have been asking because he was in the old covenant. But in the new covenant, when you sit on your knees, you're no more begging. You are releasing.